Hey guys, welcome to another pick a card. My name is Johanna. Welcome to Tenacious Soul. We are going to go look at some messages from for January. I can't speak. For January 2022, we have 3 piles, as you can tell, and we're going to look at 3 different aspects of life for January. So we're going to get some just like general overall energy messages. We're also then going to look at money, career, projects. We're going to look at love life. And then we're also going to look at any sort of like spiritual or general messages that need to kind of come in here for you as well. So there'll be kind of 3 little sections. I've pre-pulled the oracles and the tarot cards already for each pile. So these are the piles themselves. We have pile number 1 with this moon crystal here. Okay, so that's pile number 1. Pile number 2, we have the black tourmaline, the raw crystal. Okay. And then pile number 3, we have, I believe it's called sodalite. It's good for like throat chakra stuff. It's blue, it's a tower. Okay, so that's pile number 3. So take what resonates, obviously, with these messages, and then also, use your intuition to discern which pile you feel is calling you or pulling you, whether that's the crystal or just you're being gravitated to one intuitively. Okay, so you can check other piles, maybe like the money portion of one and the love portion of another might kind of resonate for you. So take what resonates, obviously leave the rest, and yeah, let your intuition guide you. So take your time to choose which pile you feel drawn to. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you all in your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose the moon crystal here. So this is going to be your reading for January 2022. Let's see what's going on. So we're going to pull out the general messages here and kind of see what's coming up, and then we'll get into the 3 categories like I mentioned in the beginning. So your first card, we have clarity, number 25. Okay, so this would be the 3rd eye chakra, I believe, in this deck. Pull these down so you can kind of see them. We also have home, number 44. Don't mind my shaky hands, I just had some coffee. And then we also have number 9, tenderness, true love, compassion. So it feels like there's kind of this like gentle, calm, relaxed energy about you in January. Some of you could be spending some time at home, or even just really kind of like looking after yourself, or even looking after people around you. Like if you have family, that sort of thing, you could be spending more time with them with this tenderness and the home card. There is a sense of clarity though, like crystal clear clarity is what I'm getting off of these crystals, where it's like, yeah, there's just a sense of clarity. Maybe some of you are trying to clear your mind, like you're trying to gain that clarity, and maybe doing that by looking after yourself, or spending more time alone, or spending more time at home in order to step away from people to gain that clarity that you need. So there could be a little bit of that this month as well, where you're just kind of like taking it easy and more just trying to like gain a sense of like, where am I going, versus trying to take action and do all these things. It's more of like you're almost like in a planning or a pre-phase. Which usually January I find has this like low-key vibe to it. Like even if you are busy in January, you don't want to be busy in January for the most part. I find, at least for me, it's always kind of this like, people are just kind of like needing a break after the holidays and really trying to get things back under control after the holidays, and maybe too much spending and too many treats and all this other kind of stuff. So there could be kind of this energy of just like wanting to break and relax and just kind of like recharge, but also get clear on like maybe the year ahead, right? Of like where you're kind of going in something. So this does feel like you're looking for clarity. I feel like you're going to gain that clarity as long as you take the breaks that you need, spend time alone as much as you need to, or at your home, okay? And yeah, I just feel like showing yourself some compassion, or just like, being kind to yourself, but also kind to others, is going to help your energy levels and just kind of like how you feel kind of day to day, and just your energy levels in general. Okay, so being kind to yourself and then others if that's applicable. If you're dealing with family and that sort of thing. Some of you, this is just your personal energy where you're just like, I just need to retract. I just need to self-care, look after myself, do what I need to do in order to gain a sense of clarity for myself and my life, and so I can move forward. So some of you, especially right now, in January 2022, where we have Mercury is going to be going retrograde, as well as Venus is retrograde. Both of them are retrograde in Capricorn right now. So there's this energy, or they're going to be, at least I think, I don't know which day Mercury goes retrograde, I can't remember, but it's in the shadow phase regardless right now. So there could be this like reevaluating things as well, which is making you kind of take a step back and kind of gain a sense of clarity on your situations, whether that's money, career, like your finances in general, relationships. Okay, there could be anything Venus or Mercurial related that you're kind of reevaluating and kind of analyzing here, but taking a break from things in order to gain that clarity. So we're going to look at your money and career and projects situation first. So I've pulled an oracle, which is the psychic tarot oracle, and then a tarot card. So I've pulled 2 for each of the sections, and we're going to go through them. So for your money, career, and projects, we have rest and rejuvenate, which would be equivalent to the 4 of Swords. So yeah, this kind of feels that same energy where it's like you're trying to gain clarity. Some of you could be doing some healing, just really trying to process things. It feels like you're really kind of taking a step back in January. Again, reevaluating, thinking about things, isolation, right? 4 of Swords can be a card of like isolating or being by yourself or on your own. This guy's actually meditating and trying to, you know, kind of like clear his energy. He's in the forest, right? So it's like a lot of grounding, but it's almost like you're grounding and trying to gain a sense of stability in your life so that you can make better choices. Because it feels like with this 4 of Swords, you're trying to gain a sense of clarity of the mind that, you know, maybe you don't have yet, or you're looking for. Maybe you have a sense of clarity, but there's something specific that you're looking at as well. Like some of you really are thinking about something, yeah, really specific in your money, career projects. So it feels like there's a planning that's happening with regards to money, career projects, like where you're kind of headed. Okay, and again, this 4 of Swords with the Venus in retrograde makes sense, right? Because with money, career projects, we would definitely be kind of like either not really going back to the drawing board, but sometimes it's about old projects that we haven't started or we haven't done what we want to do with them. Like, okay, how do we get this back on track? How do we move forward in this? Reevaluating where things have gone wrong, what's worked, what hasn't, and kind of making choices and just kind of moving forward from there. And then we have the Knight of Cups as well for your money and your career. So again, it just feels like there's this, like, you're definitely wanting to increase your abundance. Okay, Knight of Cups makes me feel as like, especially in like a more of a money career project, is like following your pursuits, following your passions. Where is the abundance? Like, where is this Ace of Cups? Following this Ace of Cups, taking the Ace of Cups and actually doing something with it, right? Because the aces are opportunities. So this feels like there's something here, group number 1, where you're really thinking about something, right? With the 4 of Swords, really thinking about something of like, how am I going to take this opportunity and move it forward to bring what I would like out of this situation, to obtain the goal, the dream, the wish that I have when it comes to like money, career projects. If you're taking any action, I feel like, again, like the Knight of Cups is the second slowest knight. The slowest is the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like some of you could definitely be taking action on certain things, but it's like it's slow and methodical. You're not rushing anything this month is what it feels like. So even if you are making plans and taking some sort of action, I feel as though it'll slowly happen over the month. Some of you might start out January really slow, and then near the end of the month, that's when things start to pick up or you start taking more action. But it kind of feels like you're like in this planning phase is what it feels like with money, career projects. So there's something here where you're really trying to just like figure out where you're going. It feels like you have a goal, you have a dream, you have something that you're looking for, but it's like, how are we going to get there? Or is the path that we're currently on getting us to this location? Like, or do we need to reevaluate? Do we need to change things up? Do we need to switch things up? Okay, so it really feels like kind of planning and reevaluating things so that you can move forward in a positive way and really hit those goals and those aspirations that you have and bring in more abundance when it comes to your money and your career and projects. Okay, so some of you as well with the Knight of Cups here, it definitely could be like a creative project. So if you're experiencing any sort of creative blocks, I feel like spending time alone or clearing your mind will help with these creative blocks to help you kind of pick up that creativity again or feel creative again so that you can actually take action on the projects that you're wanting to take action on, okay? Now getting into love, again, we've pulled 2 cards here. So we have firm foundation here, which is the 4 of Pentacles. So I feel as though definitely looking for a sense of stability. I feel like there's, like some of you are just very rooted, again, needing to kind of ground. Again, it's interesting, we have 2 4s, and even with this home card, it's number 44. So the number 4 could be significant. You could be seeing 444. 4 is the card, or 4 is the number, I should say, of like stability, roots, foundation, just like stability, feeling anchored or secure, right? If you look like a table, it has 4 legs, right? So for the most part, but there feels like there's this, I don't know, need for grounding in relationships. Some of you might not necessarily be open to relationships, or you're not looking for that at this point in time. You might be more focused on your career potentially, because 4 of Pentacles sometimes can indicate being a little bit more closed off or reserved. But I do feel like there's a certain type of a relationship that you're looking for. And if you're in a relationship, I feel like there's a sense of stability within your environment that's just helping you. Because I feel like the stability isn't just in your relationships, it's like in your whole life, is kind of like what you're looking at either achieving, or it's just like what you're trying to maintain is a sense of stability. Your tarot card is the Page of Swords. So there could definitely be some communication here between you and another person. It feels like though, it feels like there's not a lot of action being taken when it comes to love. So with regards to you and another person, it feels like there might not be a lot of communication, if any at all. There might be a lot of like sitting, watching, and waiting. And someone might feel like you're not open. Like they might not be approaching you because they don't feel as though you're open. This guy in the 4 of Pentacles card has his back turned to this Page of Swords, right? So there could be this energy of like, someone feels like you're not focused on love, or you don't want them, or you're not open to them, okay? And that could be preventing them from reaching out. However, they do still keep an eye on you. They are kind of observing you, they're curious, they're trying to figure out what you're up to. Maybe they're really interested in what you're building for yourself. They see you being successful or trying to achieve success, okay? So this is somebody who I feel almost in a weird way like admires you, but it's not in a weird, creepy way. It's like this person's just like, wow, like look at all the things that they're doing. They are probably not, pumped that they can't reach out to you. It's almost like they feel a little, not intimidated, but they just feel like you might not just want what they're potentially offering at this point in time. And so there's this hesitation on their part to really open up. You could feel this way about somebody else as well, okay? But this feels like somebody who's got their eye on you they're not opening up because they don't feel like you're open. They don't feel like, and it's not that they don't think that, it's almost like they feel like you're not ready or you're not focused on love. And so if they approached you with love, you might not be interested because that's not what you're looking for, or it's not what you're focused on right now. Okay, so it's almost like this person is seeing that your focus is elsewhere. Your focus isn't on love and relationships at this point in time. Your focus is more on your stability, your foundation, your roots, your environment around you, okay? Again, some of you could really kind of be in like almost like a hermit mode, like you're kind of in this like energy of isolation, or just, again, fixated on what you need to accomplish in your own personal life, and therefore you're not like socializing a whole lot external to your personal life. So this feels like somebody definitely has their eye on you. However, I don't see a ton of action happening in January specifically. There could be some communication with this Page of Swords, but I feel like it would be very light. Like it would be something very casual, might be a text message, might be like a, hey, how are you? Social media stuff, anything like liking, commenting, all that kind of thing. But it's very casual. It's not, this person's not really saying maybe how they feel or what they want. Okay. But this does feel like someone's curious about you. Now, I also feel like for some of you as well, you're figuring out what you want in relationships. Okay, so this could be for some of you, you're gaining a sense of clarity when it comes to your relationships with this Page of Swords. Maybe you've really been investigating and looking into what's a solid foundation in a relationship to you. What does that mean to you? What are you looking for in a relationship, right? What's important to you? And so some of you could be really investigating that and evaluating that in a relationship or not. It doesn't matter. But it feels like some of you could definitely be thinking about relationships and the stability aspect and like, what are you looking for, right? Do you even want that type of a relationship? Like, are you looking for stability? Are you looking to settle down, or are you not, right? So there's kind of this like, Page of Swords is a kind of investigative card. It's a curious card. It's thinking about things, right? Getting answers, analyzing things, right? So it feels like there is a little bit of this searching energy when it comes to love. So then we're going to get into now just the kind of spiritual message, or just kind of like what you need to hear for January 2022. So we have Prosperity Begins, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so there's potential to be had around you with this Ace of Pentacles. It feels like the aces are potentials, they're opportunities. Now, they're not set in stone, right? Because we have to take those opportunities. So it feels like now this could be a clarity that you're gaining, that there's an opportunity around you, or there's a situation around you that you have an opportunity to take or to step into. Okay, but it really feels like you have the opportunity to plant seeds and watch them grow, and to have this like fruitful, we have the fruit falling from the tree, right? Or from the sky almost. They are on the tree, but they're kind of falling from the sky, where it's like, you know, there's a lot of potential here, okay? As long as the seed kind of is planted and you nurture this and you water it and you watch it grow, right? You have to really kind of tend to it. Again, you have to take the opportunity and you have to work on it. There could be a little bit of sitting and waiting, okay? So things might happen a little slower than you're looking for, that you're thinking about. But I do feel like there is opportunities around you. Yeah, and then we have the Empress. So for a lot of you, it's like there's big potential around you for a lot of abundance, okay? But there's this nurturing energy that's needed to have it be fulfilled or to watch it grow. The Empress is feminine energy, obviously, so it's very nurturing, it's very compassionate and kind. It's also Taurus and Libra energy, okay? So some of you could really be starting to plant the seeds to have something grow in your life. This could be financial, this could be relationship-wise. Some of you, this could even be like, birthing or creating anything. So anything that you're trying to create in your life that, again, would require a level of creativity as well. Like creativity is feminine energy. So are the Pentacles and the Cups. So this really feels like there's kind of this like feminine nurturing energy about you, group number 1, this month, where it's like really looking after things, really nurturing things that you're wanting to grow. This could be something, again, with the Ace of Pentacles being that this is January, this could be something that you're looking at growing over the next year. I feel like over the next year or throughout 2022, there's going to be a lot of growth in your financial, your material world. Okay, there's going to be maybe more of a focus on that as well. But really, it's just any creative projects that you have, anything that you're trying to birth, create. This could even be in the home, right? Trying to gain a home, buy a home, right? Build a home, whatever. It's like whatever it is that you're looking to create for yourself, whether that's a family, whatever it is, there is the potential of that here. It's, are you going to put the time and energy and the nurturing aspect into this? This could also be your health, okay? Wanting to focus on your health and be more abundant or more healthy in some ways, okay? So this is showing me that for you, pile number 1, I almost said pile number 3, have not done them yet, but for you, pile number 1, there's this energy of like whatever you put your time and your energy into, this Empress, okay? Whatever you nurture, whatever you put your time and your energy and your focus on, it will grow, okay? But you need to put consistent effort into it, is what it feels like. Okay, so there's potential here for you, group number 1, to have a lot of growth and expansion in your life. And I almost feel like you enter this year in this kind of softer, again, feminine energy, which I think is really good because you're looking after yourself, but it's also giving you the clarity you need in order to step into these new aspects of life, or just changing things in your life if you're unhappy with the way that things have been going. So it really feels like there's a lot of potential. It does feel like it's a little bit of a slower month, just in general for you, but it feels like there's a lot of planning, a lot of clarity about like where we're going after this, that I think is going to help you for like progress throughout the year. So it doesn't feel like it's a bad thing that things are slow. It doesn't feel like you need to take action. It doesn't feel like you need to do anything other than look after yourself and gain a sense of clarity and focus on what you need, right? And that's going to allow growth and expansion as you move down the line. So that is pretty much what I have for you, pile 1. Hopefully that resonates. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any of the other piles. But I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 2, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose the Black Tourmaline Raw Crystal. So this is going to be your reading for January 2022. So we're going to look at some general messages that could be coming up for you, or general things that could be coming up for you, as well as I pulled cards for money, career, projects, love and relationships, and just some general spiritual like kind of more general message that you might just need to know for January. Okay, so we're going to pull the oracles here to start, just some general oracles here around the energy for you for January 2022. So pile number 2, we have 28, visualization. This would be the third eye. You can actually see the eye in this picture. So third eye energy here. We also have slow but steady. This is number 3. And we have number 4, summoning power, instinct, intellect, and control. All right, so kind of an interesting message here. This feels it feels like there's a balancing. I'm getting like sun and moon energy here. Okay, I'm not sure if that's actually what it is, but it's a turtle. A turtle in one of these, but it reminds me of the sun and the moon. This is a turtle here. I might be the only one who just realized that, but this is a new deck that I've just got. So it feels like, though, the sun and the moon, like that's kind of what I first got, was like feminine and masculine aspects, and it kind of almost feels like needing to harmonize, or that you have harmonized those things. There's a sense of your intuition, I feel, being very strong with this visualization and having this kind of vision for your future. Maybe some of you maybe like creating a vision board, or maybe you have created one. It's like, it feels like there's this this energy of like looking forward a little bit, using your intuition to kind of guide you forward. It does feel like you're going to be picking up your energy throughout January. I'm getting like kind of like a bit of a Queen of Swords vibe off of these 2 cards. So this card says intellect, instinct, and control. So this really feels like feminine energy, but also using the masculine of like having that control, having the like almost like assertiveness. It feels very Queen of Swords, where like knowing when to use your logic, but also using your intuition and being able to discern situations and just like what is important, you know? So it feels too, though, that there's this energy of things might be slow or feeling slow. I was getting this for pile 1, like this kind of more calm, cool, collected type of a vibe, but I feel like that's kind of the way January typically feels, at least for me, where it's like things kind of start out slow. It's kind of, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, like it's winter, things are a little bit kind of almost like feeling like this hibernation type mode. And so things are moving, but at a steady, consistent pace. Okay, so there's nothing like too crazy. It doesn't feel like, or at least you're not wanting things to be too crazy. Some of you are really trying to gain your energy, your power back. Okay, some of you, the full moon could be significant for you. Okay. But it really feels like you're gaining some energy and power and control back. So some of you could be doing some healing work. maybe seeing and feeling more confident in your path and what you're trying to accomplish moving forward. So this feels positive. This feels like something that you are stepping into, like as January goes along. I think you're going to feel more and more in control and in power, and more like you're able to kind of go out and get what you're looking for. Okay, so it feels very good in that sense. So we're going to look at money career projects first. I've pulled a oracle here, a John Holland oracle, psychic tarot oracle, and then I've also pulled a tarot card. So we're going to see what this message is here for you with regards to your money and your career. So we got the universe, number 21, which is the world card, okay, in tarot. So definitely it could be some sort of completion. Some of you could have graduated something, stepping into something maybe new as well. I did already see the tarot card, which is the Fool card. So this is very fitting, right? Because in tarot, in the major arcana, we have the world card that is the last card, and then we begin again with the Fool. So there's definitely this big cycle that's ending. Some of you could be stepping into a new job, a new profession. Maybe you graduated school, you're stepping into now the career aspect of what you do. But this really feels like a big chapter, a big milestone in your money career project section is, I feel like this has to do with the new year and stepping into something new, a new energy. Some of you could really be even trying to like start new projects, like maybe a way of doing things has ended and you're stepping into this new energy. For some of you, you're stepping into the online space is also what I just got for some reason. So some of you could be starting to do something online, or maybe you're shifting your business online, or maybe you've left your job and you're starting, you're online. This feels like something that you have maybe put a little bit of time and energy into up until this point, but this is like now you're really taking off with it. That's what it feels like. So there's something that you've definitely left behind when it comes to your money, your career. It feels like just like a big completion. There's a little bit of risk here with the Fool, right? There's always kind of that like, oh, well, what's going to happen? Like, when I take that step forward, when I take that leap, where are we going to end up kind of thing, right? So I think that there's this, maybe it could be some fears coming up around this, or just some like, anxiousness of like, oh boy, like, is this the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? And I think that it's kind of starting out this new chapter, this new journey. It's starting out the year for you. But a lot of you have a vision of something that you're trying to already create. Like I feel like there's this, you're not kind of leaping into this without knowing what you're trying to accomplish. I feel like a lot of you have some sort of a vision or a goal that you have for yourself when it comes to your money career projects, that you are stepping into something for a purpose, for a reason. And, there's not this, like, I think a lot of you probably have a plan. It just feels scary to step into new things like it always does, right? It's because it's unknown territory. So I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like you are more prepared than you probably think. So there could be a lot of like taking things slow this month of like planning, preparing. Some of you haven't yet ended this chapter. Okay. So some of you could be ending the chapter in January to branch out into something new. So some of you have ended something with 2021 and now you're stepping into 2022 doing something different. Others of you are going to be ending something this month and stepping into something new when it comes to like starting a new project, maybe starting a new course, maybe starting, like, I don't know, you could be starting school or even starting a new job, right? You could have left a job, maybe starting a new business, maybe left your regular job, starting a business. Okay, so there's something where you are leaving behind an old aspect of the way you did things and learning something new, stepping into something new, something that you don't have a ton of experience in, but you're going to learn as you go through this journey, right? It's like you're going through a new cycle when it comes to your money and your career and your projects. Okay, so I think you're going to feel more in control like as this month goes along. Some of you stepping into this new thing might actually bring you more control, feeling more in your power because it feels more authentic to you than where you maybe have been, especially if you've like been in a job you don't like. Okay, I feel like you're going to be stepping into something that actually makes you feel free. Okay, it makes you feel more authentically like yourself and like you're kind of in tune with what you want to do in this world and what you want to have in your life, what you're visualizing your life to be like. Okay, so that's what I have for your money career projects. We're going to get into the love part now. So The oracle we have here is the solar plexus chakra. This is right kind of at the top of the abdomen, but like the bottom of the chest. Okay, so it's kind of like right in the center where your stomach would be, right where your diaphragm is. And the solar plexus is all about like our assertiveness, our power, how in control we feel in certain situations. Okay, so this is a number 3 card. Okay, it's the third chakra. It is a fire energy. It always kind of reminds me of Leo energy because it's very much this like I am type of an energy. And so it's not to say that all Leos are like this, but when Leos are in their power, this is kind of what it feels like. Okay, it's like this assertion. So some of you could, like, your power could be being tested. One way that the solar plexus chakra can get tested in relationships is just when you feel out of control. You feel like someone's controlling you. This is all like the negative aspect of things where this has become weaker, or it's not balanced. So you may feel like there could be a sense of codependency as well. In other areas, though, like in the positive side of things, this can be you very much asserting yourself, having clear boundaries with people, not accepting anything less than you know you deserve, being very confident, knowing your worth, right? Being very assertive of like, not in an aggressive way, but being very sure and very clear on what it is that you're wanting and what you're looking for and what you will accept. So this could be a need to potentially work on boundaries with a person in your relationships, or that test could be coming up where you have to now assert yourself in a powerful position to say like, no, this isn't okay, and I'm going to do something else. Or if this isn't what this is what I'm looking for, if this isn't what's being provided, then, I'm going to, remove myself from the situation. So it's very much asserting boundaries and making sure that they're being upheld. Okay, because sometimes we can say, I'm not accepting that, blah, blah, blah. But then when the time comes of like having to actually say it out loud, that's when we kind of sometimes revert back to our old patterns and habits. And then we have the 2 of Swords. So yeah, it feels like you might have to assert boundaries with someone this month, potentially in relationships. This could be like romantic or even just people in your life. But it feels like you're going to have to assert boundaries because it kind of feels like you're conflicted, maybe like not sure what to do. Maybe some of you are trying to figure out what it is that you want, okay? Who you really are in relationships, what you want in relationships. This really feels like if there's no clarity, this is about you finding the clarity. Some of you, though, you have yet to actually put this in practice of asserting the boundaries. Okay, so in your mind, you might have asserted the boundaries, but you have yet to say it out loud, is kind of what I'm getting. So it does feel like there's an aspect of needing to set boundaries within people, relationships in your life, possibly a romantic partner, okay? And it's like this is a little bit too, the 2 of Swords is giving me this energy of like when you say something, you mean it, right? So when you're like, I want to be in a committed relationship and I'm not going to accept people who are, players or just like playing the field or something casual or non-committal. Okay, so this is you asserting your power, saying, I am looking for something committed and nothing less, right? This is like the 2 of Swords is giving me this energy of like, I don't want to hear it, right? It doesn't matter what you have to say. I said what I said and I mean what I'm saying. There's nothing you can say that's going to sway my opinion or sway the way I see things or what I, you know what I mean? It's like you're not taking in, this person might have a rebuttal. Like, oh, it's nothing, you can still be in a committed relationship and we can still do this in the meantime, right? Like it's kind of this energy of like, I don't want to hear it. I said what I said. Okay, so it's kind of like really asserting yourself and putting in those boundaries and not letting someone like sway you out of the boundary is kind of what it feels like. So very interesting message for relationship stuff, because I feel like it's very, you're finding, again, like you're summoning your power, you're finding the control, you're taking control back in relationships, which a lot of times especially when you're in like runner chaser dynamics, or you're in relationships with people who just like won't commit, or you can't get on the same page of them. Typically there's this like people give in and they want those people around in their life, but then they end up compromising themselves because they aren't really getting what they want and they haven't really stood up for what they want, right? A lot of times we allow people to be in our lives because we have this idea of who they are and what they could be versus who they really are. And so if they're not stepping up to the plate, I feel like you're just not having it. And some of you are needing to actually kind of like put this into place this month. Okay. So then your last little category here, we have just kind of like general message that you need to maybe know for January 2022. So we have the Wheel of Fortune or Destiny here with number 10. So there's big changes here. And again, I feel like something's going to like pick up speed is kind of what I'm getting. Like things are changing. There is this slow and steady energy, but it's like I feel like at the end of January, there's this pickup of momentum almost for you. It's like the wheel is turning. Again, there's something around cycles here, like ending cycles, starting new cycles, because it feels like even in your relationships with setting boundaries, that could definitely indicate new cycles, right? Because you're no longer accepting things from the past or the way things have been in some situation, and it's like you're moving into a new pattern, a new path, right? With the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Four of Wands. So again, good things are coming in. I feel like for any of you who are like wanting a relationship, those things could be definitely coming in this year. Some of you buying a home, okay? Some of you are trying to expand your home or expand your family even, okay? But this feels like success. Like Four of Wands is a celebration. It's achievement, right? And so I feel like there's happiness, there's success, there's expansion, and there's growth in your life. And I think it's like allowing yourself to go through these changes of cycles, allowing yourself to step into the new is going to bring in these positive changes in your life, as long as you can keep the wheel going, right? A lot of times what happens is, especially with like karma, we repeat the same cycle. The wheel's turning, but it's turning in the same spot. What we want to happen is the wheel to move forward, and so that we can move into the next cycle and progress, right? Rather than just constantly riding the same merry-go-round, right? And so I feel like a lot of you have the potential January, especially, like I feel like both. It's like not accepting things from the past relationship-wise, but also in your money, career, project area, there's this kind of fresh start. So some of you are really, really thinking about like, how do I get my life back on track to what I want it to be, right? Especially with this summoning power. It's like, what are my ideas or my visualizations for my life? What do I want for myself? And are these situations serving that? Because if these aspects of my life are not in alignment with where I actually want to be, what am I doing in them, right? And so I think there's kind of this like you taking your power back, taking your control back in situations and saying, this doesn't serve me, I'm going to move on. This isn't serving me the way it currently is, and so something needs to change, and if you're not on board with that, then I'm going to move on, right? And that's going to bring in a lot of achievement and success when you can learn from the karma and you can learn the lessons that you need to. You're given the gifts at the end of Jupiter, right? So Jupiter is going to be in Pisces. It is in Pisces right now. It'll also tap into Aries kind of in the summer months. I think it's like around July. Into like I think it's May to October or something like that. The summer-ish months of 2022, Jupiter's going to go into Aries, and then it'll retrograde and all that crazy stuff. So there's a lot of opportunity. Jupiter likes being in Pisces, okay? So there's a lot of opportunity for expansion, but it's like, are you going to learn the lessons? Are you going to spiritually evolve? And gain your power and like get rid of things that are not serving you, so you can redirect your life into a way that actually does serve you, and it leads you in this place of feeling more in control of your life. The Slow and Steady card really makes me feel like you're going to hit the goals that you're looking for. Don't feel like you have to rush. Don't feel like you have to make the changes all at once. Take your time. And don't rush through this process and through this, just life in general, right? Do things as you feel comfortable, and don't feel like you have to solve your whole world right now, okay? So you will, I feel like through the end of January, feel more in your power, feel more confident in yourself, and that might be where you're starting to, assert yourself more, feeling more confident in who you are and what you have to offer, and then, you're going to be able to make the changes that positively serve you in life. So that is what I have for you, group 2. Hopefully that resonates. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any of the other piles, or you can check out and pick a card, or any of the sign readings that I do. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. At group number 3, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this blue satellite tower. I might be saying that wrong, but you get the point. This is going to be a reading for January 2022. We're going to get into some general messages for you guys. We're going to look at, general messages, just kind of general energy for you guys for the month. We're going to look at money, career, projects. We're going to look at love and relationships, and we're going to look at any other messages that you need for January. So I've pre-pulled the cards, so let's get into it here. So we're just going to pull the general cards that I have here. So you guys have number 24, listening. Okay, this is the throat chakra. All right. We also have number 15, honoring your energy. And we have twin flames, number 16, soul partner, eternal connection. So there definitely could be a partnership that is of importance here for you guys in January. I feel like there's a need for you to, there's also like twin flame energy kind of also reminds me of like just balancing out the energy within as well. I know that's not really, twin flames is an interesting topic because it's very different depending on who you talk to. But I feel like just with the honoring your energy, I feel like there's a need for harmony and balance within your own. Now, I do feel like though, if there's a person you're dealing with, there's a need to listen more and be open. Like I feel like the communication definitely could be highlighted with this throat chakra here this month. You could be communicating with someone specifically, but there is a need for you to also be cautious of your own energy and how you're feeling. So listen to this person and hear their side of things and be open to their perception and that sort of thing, but also make sure that you're being honored in this situation as well. So this feels like making sure that there's a balanced give and a take. And this doesn't have to be, this could be in any sort of connection in your life, right? Any sort of people that you're dealing with this month, really making sure that you're being heard as well as other people, right? So making sure that there's this balance give and take. And sometimes this is also just like if you are in a position work-wise or in your life where you give a lot of advice or people come to you for advice, or maybe your job, you consult a lot of people, or maybe you have like one-on-one communication with people and their problems and what they're going through, make sure that you have an outlet as well. Okay, whatever that is for yourself, to make sure that you're honoring yourself and maybe taking a break when you need it. If that's like personal things, maybe having yourself, like having someone that you can bounce your ideas and things off of. Okay, so but some of you specifically could definitely be dealing with a twin flame or a soul contract, or just a partner of some sort that you feel very connected to. But there's what they're highlighting is this listening and being receptive of the other person, but also honoring yourself and showing what you need and having someone listen to what you need as well. Okay, so there's kind of this like balanced energy between the two of you, this kind of back and forth energy that needs to either be healed or looked at, or it's being encouraged this month. I also feel too, it's like you might have to hear someone out. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to change your view or change how you perceive things, right? Honor how you feel and honor your energy in this situation. But it also feels like you might need to hear somebody out in a certain situation. Okay. So let's get into kind of the money, career, project aspect of life. This could be school as well. Okay, any areas. I've pulled a tarot card and a psychic tarot oracle from Holland here. So I pulled 2 for each category. So we have the 7 of Wands with stand your ground. Okay, so it feels like money, career, it's like you're trying to hit the top. You're trying to reach the top. You're fighting for what it is that you want. There could be a little bit of like restrictive energy too, or like you setting in boundaries or limiting something as well, right? Like being very cautious of how you spend your time and your energy here with this 7 of Wands. And then we have the King of Cups. So Yeah, this feels like needing to protect the emotional space a little bit with the Seven of Wands. Interesting energy to come up in a money, career, kind of creative aspect. But for me, what this is saying is that you're needing to kind of like block certain things out to protect this emotional space, this creative space, this water energy. Some of you could be like a water sign for some of you, or fire. But this feels like in order to be able to go after what it is that you're looking for, you're needing to, again, honor your energy, be very protective of how you spend your time, how energized you feel or don't feel. Okay, so if you're feeling depleted, this is like knowing when to take a break and when to push forward. Okay, so this really feels like needing to make sure you are taking breaks or setting in boundaries. If you're feeling depleted or defeated, or just emotionally drained or tired at all, I feel like there's a need for you, or even just like creatively blocked, there's a need for you to take more rest, right? Set in a routine or a schedule that serves you so that you can always be on top of your game. You can always be ready to kind of take charge and take action. So this is being cautious of how you spend your time and your energy when it comes to your money, career, and your projects, of like not overdoing it, but also doing enough to hit your goals. So there's kind of this like needing to harmonize and balance out your energy, like know when you need to take a break and know when you can push forward, you know, like we go through phases of that, of like, okay, this week I have a lot of energy, so I'm going to get a lot of things done. And next week I might feel not so great, so I need to listen to my body. That can be a little bit of this too. This listening is like listening to how you feel, listening to your emotions and the things that you're saying and how you're feeling, and listening to your body might be very important here during this month in order for you to be able to get things done. Is kind of what it feels like. So yeah, just mainly just like taking a break. I feel like you're, with this King of Cups energy, you're definitely in a positive aspect of like being able to take action, but you can only do that when you're in this place of emotional stability and balance. So when you're not feeling defeated or depleted, that's when you're going to be able to take charge and be able to really kind of be on your game, is when you feel balanced and harmonious emotionally. Okay. So the needing to balance out your energy is going to deeply reflect how much action you're able to take. So if you hit burnout, that's going to greatly affect on a negative side of things, of like how much work you're able to get done, or how creative it is, or how good you feel about it, because you're going to be in kind of more of a lower vibe. So making sure that you're staying, you know, looking after your health, all of those good things, hydrating, whatever, taking care of your body so that you can really take action when you need to take action when it comes to your money, your career, and your projects that you're doing, okay? So let's get into the love portion now. So your oracle that we have is Harmony, which is the Lover's card. So definitely, again, there's this like twin flame soulmate connection here that's definitely being highlighted for you. Then we have the Queen of Cups. So we have the King and the Queen of Cups here. There's definitely someone in your life who is very prominent. This is like, you would know who this person is. This is definitely, you both have a lot of love for each other. There's a lot of emotion. There's a very strong connection. For some of you, again, you might identify it as being your twin flame. But this really feels as though, it's interesting, 6 and 7 are very prominent here as well. We have 16, which there's a 6 in it, but it also breaks down to a 7. We have 15, which breaks down to a 6. We have 24, which breaks down to a 6. We have 7 here, and we have 6 here. So 6s and 7s are being highlighted. Specifically 6. 6 is very prominent here. So it feels like there's kind of this, and it's interesting because 2022 is a 6 year. So there's something very... something's really been being highlighted here with regards to a relationship. This feels like coming into union, but it feels in like a balanced way. Like you both have to respect each other's emotions and how each other feels in order to, in order for this to work, is kind of what it feels like. You have to be in harmony with each other. For some of you as well, with the love portion coming in so strong, this could also be reflecting into the money career, where it's like needing to keep those things separate, right? Where it's like your emotions of your relationship stuff isn't affecting your money, your career projects in a negative aspect, right? It should be fueling you up instead of like depleting you. So I feel like the biggest message here with regards to the person that you're dealing with is making sure that there's harmony, there's balance. There's definitely a strong connection here, no doubt. But don't allow that person or this situation, this relationship to pull on your energy in a negative fashion. This should be something that builds you up versus making you feel defeated. So honor how you feel and pay attention to how you feel in this connection, because that will indicate whether this is a good situation for you to be in or not be in. There also may need to be this energy of someone listening to the other person. The King of Cups has his cup open. The Queen of Cups has hers closed. So there needs to be open give and take and receptivity. It's reminding me of like Six of Pentacles, right? So it's like things need to be harmonious and both need to be able to give and take, you know, within the connection and feel as though they're both getting what they feel they deserve. And which that they want, right? So there's a very powerful person here, someone that probably, you know, is heavily on your mind a lot. You think a lot. Some of you are speaking to this person, but there's a need to listen to them as well, okay? And for the two of you to listen to each other. So your final message here, this is just kind of like whatever you need to hear, whatever's coming through. We have Eight of Wands, which is positive movement forward, okay? So definitely there could be communication, but there also could be travel and movement of some aspect. And the Two of Cups. This is like all about relationships for you pile threes. So if you're not looking for a relationship or you're not focused on one, this probably isn't your pile. Again, there's a soul contract. There's a soul, we got the Two of Cups, we got lovers, we got twin flames, we got the King and the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of passion between you and another person. This feels like in order for, again, lines of communication, Eight of Wands, and then the throat chakra here. Lines of communication is going to be very, very, very important for this connection. So if the connection is struggling, maybe look at the way that you communicate. And again, the way that you communicate is not just the words that are said or not said. It's are people being listened to? Are they being honored in this connection of how they feel and what they want to say, and is the other person being receptive and listening to that? Okay, that could be you, it could be them, it could be both of you, right? But it's making sure that the lines of communication are flowing freely, that they're open, that there's positive progression. I feel like this connection is going to positively move forward. I feel like the two of you, some of you might come into union with this person, okay? So you might actually like come together in the sense of like you enter a relationship. So if you haven't been in a relationship, I feel like one person might have a little more resistance than maybe the other, or there's like one person who's not feeling as appreciated as they want to feel. And that's needing to be communicated, and the other person needs to listen. Okay, so this definitely feels like somebody you probably have like a history with of some sort, okay? But it does feel like this relationship is going to be moving forward here. And so for some of you, this is going to help you in your money, your career as well. This positive aspect of relationships. But yeah, again, if you're not looking for a relationship, or you're not like on the twin flame journey, or you're just not looking for that like soul connection, I feel like this probably isn't your pile, because it's very heavy in this reading of a person and a significant partner wanting to come in here for you, or that is already in your life and wants to unite. This feels like union. Like this feels like the two of you are coming into union, as long as you can communicate the way that you need to communicate, and that communication is receptive and equal between the two of you, right? You're able to speak your truth and honor yourself by speaking your truth, but you're also being listened to, and you're also listening then to the other person and honoring how they feel and their energy. So this feels like, again, really making sure that that connection is balanced and harmonious. And it doesn't mean that it's like, okay, I said 3 sentences, so you say 3 sentences. It's not so analytical like that. It's just, does everybody in the situation feel heard? Do they feel seen? Do they feel respected? right? That's what, you know, a balanced connection is. It's not so much of like, okay, I did this, so you do that. It's not so analytical like that. It's like, is the energy flowing between the two of you? Is there that connection where everyone feels like they're on the same page? So again, I see there being positive movement forward and a connection. There's a lot of love here. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, lots of love. Okay. But there needs to be this like honoring how one feels and being able to openly communicate that. And it's interesting because this is even throat chakra energy, this crystal. So communication is huge for you guys this month. In some way, shape, or form, you're going to know specifically what that is for you, but communication is massive, and it comes down to your partnerships and the people that you have in your life. And specifically, I feel like one connection specifically has highlighted. And again, don't let that get in the way of, don't let this relationship and stuff get in the way of you being able to achieve what it is that you're looking for when it comes to your projects, your career, your money, like whatever it is that you're working on here. Make sure that there's this love situation like stays separate, you know, like your emotions don't get in the way, but also taking a break when needed. Okay, so this pile was like a little bit shorter than the others because I feel like it's very specific. So that is basically what I have for you, pile number 3. Definitely highlighting a specific connection for you. Again, if you're not looking for that, maybe check out one of the other piles. But this does feel like you have an opportunity to get into alignment and get into some sort of like a union with someone, but get on the same page as someone. But that communication or that line of communication has to be open, okay? And it has to be open on both sides for it to work. So that is what I have for you, group number 3. Hopefully that resonates for you guys. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any other piles. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.